Hello guys, welcome to yet another wonderful session of Learning with Prepclass. My name is Tutor Olalekon Israel and I am super excited to be on your screens once again. Now in today's video, we will be answering questions from the WAEC English 2020 past questions and we will be answering just questions 26 to question 30. Before we start answering the questions, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get free access to numerous educational materials like these ones. Do not forget to put on the notification so you can be notified whenever we drop any new content. So, let's begin. Question 26. The instruction reads, after each of the following sentences, a list of possible interpretation is given. I will go over that again. After each of the following sentences, a list of possible interpretation is given. Choose the interpretation that is most appropriate for each sentence. So, this is the instruction for question 26 to question 30. After each of the following sentences, a list of possible interpretation is given. Choose the interpretation that is most appropriate for each sentence. So we are to read the question and select the option that has the most appropriate interpretation for the sentence. So, question 26 reads, the old woman's birthday was marked by our children with pomp. The old woman's birthday was marked by our children with pomp. This means that the birthday was dash. A. Greatly celebrated. B. Remembered fondly. C. Widely advertised. And D. Filmed and played back. So, which of these options is the most appropriate interpretation for the sentence? How do we know the most appropriate interpretation for the sentence? We have to understand what the strange word in that sentence. In the sentence we have, the old woman's birthday was marked by our children with pomp. What is pomp? If we can know the meaning of pomp, then we can correctly interpret the sentence. So what is the meaning of pomp? The word pomp means a show of magnificence in a splendid fashion. That is, there were a lot of beautiful things in the birthday. Probably there was a live band, there were enough food and drinks. We had performers, entertainers, like in a splendid fashion. So the old woman's birthday was marked by our children in a splendid fashion, in a magnificent way. So the most appropriate interpretation to this sentence is greatly celebrated. The old woman's birthday was marked by our children with pomp. That is, the birthday was greatly celebrated in a magnificent way, in a splendid fashion. So, greatly celebrated is the answer to this question. Okay, moving on to the next question, which is question number 27. Okay, question number 27 reads, when the man was accused of stealing the money, nobody raised an eyebrow. Now remember, we have to select the option with the most appropriate interpretation for the sentence. When the man was accused of stealing the money, nobody raised an eyebrow. This means that nobody was sad. This means that nobody was pleased. This means that nobody was interested. This means that nobody was surprised. Which of these options is the most appropriate interpretation for the sentence? To know the most appropriate interpretation for the sentence, we have to give the meaning to the strange word in that sentence, the unusual word or the unusual phrase in that sentence. Now, the unusual phrase in this sentence is nobody raised an eyebrow. When the man was accused of stealing the money, nobody raised an eyebrow. What is the meaning of nobody raised an eyebrow? Now, nobody raised an eyebrow means nobody was surprised. This is an idiomatic expression. Like when the man was accused of stealing money, everybody was like, well, it's a normal thing. Nobody raised an eyebrow. Nobody was surprised. So, when the man was accused of stealing the money, nobody raised an eyebrow. This means that nobody was surprised. The man must be a regular thief. For nobody to be surprised, for nobody to raise an eyebrow when he was accused of stealing. So, surprised is the most appropriate interpretation for this sentence. Moving on to question number 28. Question number 28 reads, people do not often rely on men who allow their exalted position to go to their head. People do not often rely on men who allow their exalted position to go to their head. Remember, we have to select the option with the most appropriate interpretation for the sentence. So, this sentence means that people shun those who A. are highly placed, B. are conceited because of their position, C. are rude because of their position, D. do not do their work. So which of these options is the most appropriate interpretation for the sentence? People do not often rely on men who allow their exalted position to go to their head. Remember, the first thing to do is to give the meaning of the unusual phrase or the unusual word in the sentence. The unusual word or the unusual phrase in this sentence is people who allow their exalted position go to their head. Go to their head is the unusual phrase. So what is the meaning of go to their head? People do not often rely on men who allow their exalted position to go to their head. Now the expression to go to their head or to allow things to get to one's head is an idiom that means to show pride for one's position or achievement. People do not often rely on men who allow their exalted position to go to their head. This means that people shun those who are proud because of their position. Okay, I'm the president of the United States of America and I'm allowing that to get to my head, so I don't send whoever is around me. I don't care. Because of the position I occupy, I am proud. So the answer to this question is are conceited because of their position. This means that people shun those who are conceited because of their position. Now, to be conceited means to be excessively proud. To be conceited means to be excessively proud. So, people do not rely on men who allow their exalted position to get to their head. This simply means that people shun those who are conceited, who are excessively proud because of their position. You carry your shoulders up like I am the managing director of the company. Nobody can say anything to me. I can do whatever I like. You are conceited, you are excessively proud because of your position. So people do not often rely on people like that. So, moving on to the next question, which is question number 29. Question number 29 reads, the manager hit the roof when he was presented with the estimate for the new project. The manager hit the roof when he was presented with the estimate for the new project. Remember, we have to select the option that has the most appropriate interpretation for the sentence. So, this means that the manager A mobilized the workers, B became very angry, C became very suspicious, D cancelled the project. Remember, the first thing to do is to define the unusual phrase or the unusual expression in the sentence. What does it mean to hit the roof? To hit the roof is the unusual phrase. It is not easily understood. The manager hit the roof. Did he use his hand to punch the roof? The manager hit the roof when he was presented with the estimates for the project. This means that now the word hit the roof is an idiomatic expression that means to become suddenly angry. To become suddenly angry. The manager hit the roof when he was presented with the estimates for the new project. It was like, how is this project this expensive? It shouldn't cost this much. So the manager became suddenly angry. So the answer to this question is the manager became very angry. The manager hit the roof when he was presented with the estimate for the new project. This means that the manager became very angry. Hit the roof is an idiomatic expression that means to become suddenly angry. Maybe the budget in or the estimate for the project was exorbitant. So the manager got very angry. Like, why will this be so expensive? So he became very angry. He hit the roof. Moving on to the next question, which is question number 30, and it reads, when he received the news that he had lost the election, he did not bat an eyelid. Remember, we have to select the option with the most appropriate interpretation for the sentence. When he received the news that he had lost the election, he did not bat an eyelid. This means that A, he expected to lose the election, B, he stood perfectly still, C, was shocked to have lost the election, D, showed no feelings. So which of these options is the most appropriate interpretation for the sentence? When he received the news that he had lost the election, he did not bat an eyelid. Remember, we had to first give the meaning of the unusual phrase or the unusual expression in the sentence. The unusual expression in this sentence is he did not bat an eyelid. What does that mean? We can easily understand when he received the news that he had lost the election. But immediately we get to the point where we have he did not bat an eyelid. That is where the confusion comes in. So what is the meaning of he did not bat an eyelid? He did not bat an eyelid is an expression, is an idiomatic expression to mean that the person shows no surprise or concern. The person shows no emotions. To bat an eyelid means to show no surprise or concern, to show no emotions. So the expression to not bat an eyelid means to show no surprise or concern, to show no emotions. When he received the news that he had lost the election, he did not bat an eyelid. When he lost the election, it's like he didn't show any emotions. So the answer to this question is he showed no feelings. He did not bat an eyelid. A, Mr. Johnson, you have lost the election, and he was like, he didn't show any feelings. He didn't show no surprise. He didn't show no concern. He showed no feelings. So to not bat an eyelid means to show no feelings, to show no concern, to show no emotions. And with that, we've come to the end of this wonderful video. Please join us on WhatsApp. Yes, we are very active on WhatsApp. Check the link in the description to join the Prepclass WhatsApp group. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel, like and comment. Yes, if you have any comments, kindly drop them in the comment section. If you have any questions to ask, drop them in the comment section. Do not forget to share this post. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.